Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen of the internet world. I am Ryan, and this is another episode of Mista Rau's Gaming, and we are gaming live tonight, and I am going to be playing a little bit of Verdant, the latest, greatest thingamajigger that's coming out from Flatout Games and Alderac Entertainment Group. It's the Kickstarter has just been fulfilling to a lot of people. I just got mine just a couple of weeks ago, and I am very excited to get into this game. I've already played it a few times. I'm really kind of enjoying it. This is my first foray into this lineup. There was a trilogy of games, I guess right now. I had backed all three of them during the Kickstarter campaign, so I got all of them. I got Verdant, which is the newest one. I got a little game that a lot of people may or may not know of. It's called Cascadia. It may have won a few awards the past few years. Really enjoying that one. And also got Calico at the same time. So got all three games, and I have started playing all three games. And man, oh man, they all seem very familiar. Now I'm going to be playing them here, and I'm going to be playing them in kind of like the reverse order. On the stream here. So tonight I'm playing Verdant. I'm going to be playing a little bit of Verdant. On Thursday night, if you stick around with me for Thursday night, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Cascadia. And then next Tuesday, a week from today, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Calico. It's a very busy time in our household this week, or in the next couple weeks. So I'm just going to be playing solo. I didn't really have time to set up some streams with some other friends and stuff like that. But you know what? I've heard that the solos are very, very good in each of these games. And so I'm going to be playing through the solos for these games. And if you're unaware of how Verdant, Cascadia, and Calico work, essentially they're drafting style games, and at the back of their rule book, like the rule books aren't like lengthy in rule sets at all and everything like that. They do have pages here that are dedicated to solo mode, and on that they also come back here. They also have these scenarios that they like to refer to as. And these are kind of like predetermined cards, or predetermined. They predetermine some of the end of game goal cards, and you can see here there's a big list, and so they also give you some sort of objectives that you need to complete, and there's some sort of point score that you also need to be able to reach. And so, I'm going to be playing through these. Now, I've already, outside of this session here, I've already completed scenario number 1 solo, where we had to use in each of the goal categories, we had to use an A, and a B card, and I needed to reach 70 points. And I was able to do that fairly comfortably in my very first game. So I'm going to move on tonight here. I'm going to take on scenario number 2 here, where I need a B, and a C scenario end of game goal cards, and I also need the goal of 70 points again. So all right, I think that is what so I've already got the game kind of already set up for us. I'm just going to put this book away here for a second. Slap it on down there. Now, what are we going to be doing? Okay, so let's take a look at the end of game goal cards, and then after that, I'll kind of give us a little bit of explanation of kind of what's going on. And in the chat here tonight, have you played any of the AEG Flatout Games in the trilogy? Have you played Cascadia? Have you played Calico? Have you played Verdant? It's fairly new, just reaching backers not too long ago here. So, all right, let's take a look at what we've got for our end-of-game goals. So essentially what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a checkered pattern of these plant cards along with these room cards. And the rooms are going to feed the plants light, and we're going to be trying to match the colors around the room. As you can see, there's orange rooms, and there's some plants that have like sort of like a orange. I think it's like succulents and cacti and some other type of plants that I'm not that very familiar with all the different plant types here. So one of our goals that is going to grant us some extra bonus points this particular game says going big. So we're going to get an extra 2 victory points for every completed plant with verdancy requirement of 7 or more. So you can kind of see here there's going to be these plant cards, and the verdancy is this big leaf number here. So this says we need a verdancy of 8. So we're going to have to get this plant 8 of these tokens. And how we get those tokens is that we have to be able to water the plant and feed the plant some sunlight and all that. And so we're going to get an extra 2 points for every one of these plants that has that verdancy level of 7 or more. So this one, if I could complete this, I would get an extra 2 points for it. So instead of being worth 10 points, it would actually be worth 12 points in this particular game. So that's actually kind of nice. We get thumbs up here. We get 1 extra point for every unspent green thumb token. We get these green thumb tokens every game, and we can earn more green thumb tokens throughout the game. And these actually allow us to kind of like mitigate the randomness of the card draw a little bit. I'll explain what they're able to do in a little bit, but I guess this is also saying this gold card says, hey, we get an extra 1 point for each one of these that we do not spend at the end of the game. So it kind of gives us an incentive to maybe try to like not spend on them, but we'll see how that ends up playing out. And then we've got double duty here, where it says we're going to get 1 point for each room with 2 or more plant type matches. So we're going to be scoring our rooms here, and we're going to need to have at least 2 plants that match that type of room, and we're going to get an extra point for that. So some extra goals that we're going to try to achieve and strive for this particular game, because we are trying to reach we're trying to reach a minimum of 70 points in this. So pretty good. So if you can hear it in the background here, I think I can hear my kids playing some music and stuff like that. So hopefully that's not too terribly distracting. Good evening, Vincent. Welcome to the stream once again. I've been seeing this game left, right. Glad to see you playing it. Thank you very much. I hope to give you kind of an idea of it's one of these games that we really enjoy in this household, which is the kind of like the puzzly nature. So we're going to be drafting things and trying to fit them into some nice puzzle, because wherever we fit them, we're actually going to be trying to score the points as best as possible. Now, before I get actually going, I have to start with a room card and a plant card in my possession already, and I can reveal, and oh boy, I am ever so lucky that I have a room and a plant that match the same, that actually match the same. So I'm going to get to lay these out on my table here. Unfortunately, this does not have a verdancy level of 7, so I'm not going to get the bonus points off of this one, but you know what? That might be. So what I'm actually going to be looking for is I can see that this Scarlet Star card up at the very top there has kind of got that half moon shape. This needs kind of a little bit of sunlight and a little bit of shade in order for it to kind of like thrive. So if I put this next to a room that has like that half shade, half sun, it's actually going to get some verdancy associated with it. And you can see these room cards all around the 4 sides, they have those sunlight types. So actually, if I put this plant on top or below here, it's actually going to get some verdancy right off the get-go. And that's what I'm going to want to do. So let's say I'm going to maybe start off with, I'll put it right down here, and I will put this Scarlet Star right above it. And right off the bat, it is going to gain one of these verdancy tokens here. So before we even did anything. All right, so now I have a choice here. And now I have to draft a card. And what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm either going to draft another plant card, and its associated token that's associated with that column, or I'm going to draft a room card and also its matching token. And what these tokens are in the middle here, there's a big old bag of them here, and they're randomly drawn out. And there are decorations or wildlife, in this case a dog, that can get put into rooms. And so, like, yeah, if I draft this thing and I can slot it in there into that room, and there's a little bit of a set collecting thing that's going on there, as in on this scoring cards here, it says for items, in this case, I guess a dog is an item. I don't know how I feel about that wording, but for every unique item that I have in my collection at the end, I'm going to score some points. So you can kind of see like 1 item 1, 2 items 3, 3 items 6, and kind of goes up, 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 and up from there. So I kind of want it's incentivized to collect certain like different style of items. Now there's also bonus points that can be awarded that if that item goes into a room of its matching color. So that's something we want to pay attention to. And there's also these green tokens out here. And there's 3 different types of green tokens. There are these watering cans, there are these trowels, and then there's also bags of fertilizer, and they just help us grow our plants by placing verdancy on them. And so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. All right, well, what am I going to end up trying to do here? So I have to draft a plant and a room. And oh my goodness gracious, completing plants with verdancy of 7, those are very difficult to do. You kind of need to draw into the right sun type, the sunlight, and also maybe also get a few fertilizer tokens along the way, because that's really the way they're going to make those plants really grow. Now, let's take a look here. Well, maybe for the purposes of this stream, let's try going big here. Oh, yeah, you got Vincent. I'll answer your question here. It says the items, are they unique by their color or unique by their image? It's kind of column A and column B. So like there actually are, like this dog is on this orange tile, but there also could be the same dog icon on a blue tile. Or so they're not unique to their color, and they're not unique by their item. They are across all of the different colors. So, and there's a really good mix in here. I think there's about a 50-50 split between item tiles and these green tiles. Oh, here I just saw one right on the top here. So yeah, see, there's a dog on a blue tile here. So that can be something. I'm going to try to go big here. So I am going to actually draft this plant, this cactus, candelabra cactus. Cool. I'm going to draft that and its token. So the token goes into my personal supply. I can use it anytime, and I get to place this plant down. Now the card that I did not draft here, it's going to get a green thumb token. So that's kind of like the way that these green thumb tokens can start accumulating so that you can actually gain them throughout the game. I'm going to put the green thumb token right there just to remind me that was the column that I took out of. And you know what? This cactus needs sunlight up at the top, and I've got producing sun right here. So I will place it into this spot, producing a little bit of verdancy already. Now I have a choice here. I can actually use this water can right away. And the water can special ability is, let me just grab it here. Watering can. It says I can add 1 verdancy to any of the plants adjacent to a single room. So if I had 4 plants all around this one room, I could spend this token and that room would produce verdancy on all of those plants. So maybe I want to wait. Maybe if I can try to get a 3rd plant or something like that on this one, maybe that'll make that watering can just a little bit more enticing. So I'm gonna just hold on to that for right now. All right, so that that's a turn right there. That's essentially a turn. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a 4x3 grid of these plants. It's going to be four columns and 3 rows. And once it's completed, that's going to be the end of the game here. Now, in solo play, oh gosh, sorry, I got a little bit of a tickle or a frog in my throat here. Now, in a solo play game, now normally we would just kind of like, refill the area. In a multiplayer game, we would refill the area that just got drafted and everything. But in a solo game, we're going to clear the rightmost column here. So before it gets cleared, this thumb token is going to move one to the right, to the left. It is going to, this token, now these are just pottery tokens. Once you complete a plant, you get to put it in a pot, and they are worth points at the end of the game. But since I'm going to clear this column right here, this is going to get discarded. I'm just going to kind of put it up over here because there's going to be a reason why I do that. This card is going to get discarded, and everything is now going to move one to the right, and then a new room and a new plant will come out, and I will also draw a new token for the one that was just drafted. And so we got this blue room with a blue chair. Very fitting. And a new pot token will come out. Now this pot token right here, it is worth 2 points. So kind of incentivized that if you can try to complete a plant really, really early on, you're going to kind of get a bonus 3 points for that particular plant. All right, here we go. Now look at this. We got a yellow flowery plant, and it's got a verdancy of 7, and I get bonus points for ones that have 7. I also get bonus points if I can get at least two plants of the matching room color next to each other. So that's kind of something that I want to pay attention. That's something I want to pay attention to. But that's not going to get cleared for a while, so I could actually draft something else in the meantime. Now, unfortunately, there's not really a lot of colors here that I want. I would really like one of these. I would really like one of these purple rooms to kind of go next to my cactus here and get some verdancy on it, and just get some verdancy on it, and also score some of those bonus points. So let's take a look at what our thumbs can do. So at the top of this little handy little card here, it says we can use our green thumbs. We can spend 2 thumbs, and we can replace any number of tokens. So I can discard these tokens and replace any number of them. I can replace any number of cards without thumb tokens on them. So I would not be able to replace this card, but I could replace my other cards here since I'm not really enjoying the colors that they have. I could draft any card and any token. So this would mean that, hey, I could draft if I wanted this blue card, but I really wanted this patching trowel, this trowel, I could spend 2 thumbs and I could do that. Or I can just spend 2 thumbs just to add 1 verdancy to any plant. And I think what I want to do here, now I know they're victory points. Right now, they're in this particular game, these are victory points. This is 2 victory. I'm spending 2 victory points here. But I kind of want some different rooms. So I am actually going to spend my 2 green thumbs here, and I am going to replace some of my rooms. Is there an advantage to pair a token with a room of the same color? Absolutely, there is an advantage that you would want to do that, because if I just so happen had this orange room and I had this orange token on it, normally plants of the matching color would be worth 1 point adjacency, but if there's a matching token, it's now worth 2 points per matching type of plant adjacent to that room. So yes, there is an advantage. There is some sort of strategic planning that you would want that to happen. So I'm discarding my 2 green thumbs, and I'm going to replace my rooms here. I'm going to discard those 3, and I'm going to draw 3 more. Hey, there's a yellow room. I kind of like that idea. There and there. I got more of the blues. Dang it. All right. Well, I do kind of like this yellow room. Except for if I do place it here, I am going to get some verdancy on my Scarlet Star, but I am not going to get any verdancy on my cactus. That's unfortunate. And orientation matters. You have to keep the card oriented in the same way. That is going to give me some verdancy, and it actually is going to get me some points because I can match it up with this yellow. Interesting. Or maybe I want to just go with some. Maybe I want to go with some plants. And do you know what? I know it's quite early on. I know it's not going to get cleared for a long time, but I want to actually start getting some verdancy on it. I am actually going to draft. I'm going to draft this Angel Wing Begonia. And it doesn't matter what it wants. It wants all of the sun types. That's actually really, really, really nice. I want that. So it's going to actually gain some verdancy no matter what rooms I put beside it. That's actually really, really kind of nice. So I'm going to draft that and its token. I am going to place this plant right there. It's going to grant a verdancy. Now, for the token itself, I am at my capacity. You can only ever hold 1 token. So I'm actually going to have to either place this in a room, or I actually have to spend this green token for its effect. And that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually spend this token for its effect, essentially storing the blue cherry in my storage here. So when I spend the watering can, I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I bought from this column, so that means that card has to get a green thumb on it. I get to activate any room, and it's going to generate verdancy to all of the plants connected to that room. So I'll spend it, so I'm going to get another verdancy here. Whoops. There on that card, and up here on this card. So all my plants have 2 verdancy on them now. And that token just gets discarded. All right. So now I go to my rightmost column here. I'm going to clear it. So any thumbs on cards go over. Discard the car. Discard the tile. Discard the plant. Discard the room. Everything moves over 1. As far to the right as they possibly can. And we fill in anything that is missing. And again, another couple tiles. There's a bag of fertilizer and another watering can. I'm kind of creeping up to the top of my screen there, so I apologize. Alrighty then. So now let's go. Let's keep going. I would like to complete a plant so I can get one of these bonus 3 pots on it. In order to do that, I'm going to need some fertilizer. Fertilizers are really nice. If it says here, fertilizer says just add 3 verdancy to one particular plant. So essentially helping complete them a lot quicker. So getting a fertilizer plant, that would actually be really, really nice at this stage. Trowels are actually nice too. They give you 3 verdancy, but you have to put them up to 3 different plants. You can't put them on the same plant. So, well, kind of want to start kickstarting this one. This room is already starting to get a bunch of things going on. I don't even know what I'm actually trying to say on that. But let's go with, I want to maybe draft a room to put some things on it. This yellow room would be very, very nice to me because it would actually be generating some extra bonus points as well. But I want the fertilizer kind of quickly because I do want that. Interesting. Well, perhaps. Oh, and I see now. May have spent my green thumbs a little too early, because if I had some green thumbs, I could actually draft that yellow card and then draft the fertilizer in the same turn. But I kind of, spent the green thumbs maybe a little too early. that is okay. Let's just try, interesting. Let's just try with this. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity here. I am actually going to draft this. I'm going to draft this room, that room. Which room should I don't know which room I should go for. Let's go, and you know what? I'm going to grab this room. I'm going to take the green thumb off of it. I'm going to draft the room. I'm going to draft the fertilizer. And therefore, this plant up here is going to get a green thumb on it. And I'm going to place this particular room right here, right below. There we go. I think it still appears on screen. Yeah, there we go. So I've defined my 3 rows. That's going to put a verdancy on this particular plant right there. And I am now either have to spend this or place the furniture. Now, I could put the furniture in here because that would actually be a matching type. But that means I actually have to put blue plants beside this blue room. And I don't see any blue plants currently. So I might actually hold on to the furniture. And I'm actually going to spend the fertilizer. I'm going to spend the fertilizer here to put 3 verdancy. And I'm going to put it on this scarlet star. And that's actually going to complete the scarlet star. It needs a verdancy of 5, and I've got 1, 2, and these big tokens are worth 3, so 5. So I get to grow that plant. It now has all the verdancy it needs, and I can take the token from, I guess I should have replaced this token right there. I get to take the token from the rightmost column, and I get to put that onto the plant, essentially making it worth, and so I like to do this just to kind of remind myself, it's going to be worth an extra 3 victory points at the end of the game. And it's also going to be worth 6 victory points for the card itself. So that's 9 victory points I just scored here. Plus, there's the bonus here that since it's next to a yellow room, that's going to be another victory point. So actually, that was a 10 victory point turn. I'm 1/7 of my way to actually meeting the scenario goal here of 70 points. So, whew. Let's try to keep the good times rolling here. So that's all done. We get to clear the rightmost column, so that thumb is going to move over. This card gets discarded. This token gets discarded. This plant gets discarded, and everything is going to move to the right, as far right as they can possibly go. Whoops. And then we refill. And it's wash, rinse, and repeat until we create our 12 by 12 our 12 card grid. What am I missing here? Oh, I need a token, and I need the things from the baggie. Ha. Does it seem neat enough, Vincent? Oh my gosh, watering cans up the wazoo. Watering cans up the wazoo. All right. Well, okay, I did accomplish that goal. All right, let's see what else we can do here. Let's see where we can go with this. Oh, that yellow room works absolutely beautifully in this spot here because it already has 2 yellow plants and it's got the matching light colors. Except for that really doesn't matter because this plant is already completed, so I don't actually need to put the matching light color right in that spot here. Finally, the right room. It will score extra victory points because there will be 2. And that, I believe that's is that this one? Yeah, double duty. 1 point for each room with 2 or more plant type matches. So this room is already scoring an extra one bonus point. Plus, it's also scoring a point for each of these plants. If I could put a yellow item into that room, it would be doubled. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I actually got to get there. I got to get there first. But this would actually also work really, really nice too in that spot. I actually could go right here too. And maybe I might get some more yellows on this side as well. But maybe I gotta look ahead here because I see another 7 verdancy plant way up there in the corner, and it's a blue, and I got a blue room already in here, and I've got a blue item. Maybe I might start doing it that way. Oh, and it needs sun, and this card will provide sun to this side. Too bad that the bottom of this yellow card wasn't also providing some sun. I get ahead of myself. Let's just try. You know what? They say that the card says go big, so let's try going big. I'm going to draft the Black-Eyed Susan Vine. Here, I'm going to draft that one. I'm going to place it into this card slot here. It's going to gain a... Oh, I also grabbed the token. And I put a green thumb on the card that was not drafted. This is automatically going to grab a verdancy because it has the matching sun type from this card, not from this card. And you know what? Eventually I'm going to put that blue chair into that room so that it'll be scoring some extra points for me. So maybe right now I am just going to spend the watering can. And I'm going to add an extra verdancy onto all the cards associated with this room. So that's going to be one there, and one there. I'm going to just kind of clean this up. 3 for a big one, and 3 for a big one. All right. I think that is our turn in a nutshell. So I will... move thumbs to the left. I will clear the row. Sorry, column. Clear the column. And everything will move to the right. Oops. Try to keep things in some sort of neat and orderly order. And I need a couple tokens from the bag. And what do we got here? Another watering can. Gee whiz. And a dark blue, looks like a parrot. I need a dark blue, but I also could just be going for just set collecting and not necessarily put them in there. It's ideal if I want to put them in the same colored room because you get some extra points that way, but you know, set collecting could just be set collecting in this particular game. Alrighty, so what am I? Oh, and another token here comes out. Oh my goodness gracious, what are we going to have? What should we be drafting this time? Interesting. Well, I don't see any rooms that are really going to help in this particular spot right here at the moment because these both need sun and very rarely... Oh, okay. Some of these cards have double sun, but not in the right spot. This one could actually could go in this spot. It would produce some sunlight, give me an extra green thumb, and it would give me a watering can. That's actually pretty tempting at this point. Sure. Actually, let's try. That actually might work out for us at this particular time. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to draft this card. So I'm going to grab the green thumb, the card, and the watering can. And I will put a green thumb on the card we did not draft. And I will place this. Yeah, I'm going to place it right here. It's adjacent to its color. It's got the sun match type, so I'm going to put a verdancy on there. It's now got 4 out of the 8. That's okay. That's okay for us. And I'm going to now have to spend either my watering can, which I can now put another one on each of these. That would actually be really, really nice. Or I could put my furniture down and maybe... Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to put the furniture in this room here. That's actually going to score some points. Some extra bonus points. I'm going to hold on to the watering can just for the time being. There's no real reason why I'm holding on to the watering can at this particular point. I am going to probably spend it right away just to kind of get some more verdancy on these different plants here. So now I'm going to go ahead and clear this row. So the green thumbs move over. That token goes away. Card. Token gets discarded. Everything moves over to the right. As far right as they can go. And we refill. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And just trying to make sure that they're trying to figure out the match. Because I really, a yellow cat. That would be really nice for us. That yellow cat going in that yellow room, giving us some extra points. Because there's some yellow plants next to that yellow room. That would be really handy. And another purple card I can probably maybe put next to that. Does it work? Does it work out? Doesn't give the verdancy to this plant. It would just give the verdancy to one plant. That's not ideal. And I see that this yellow card is starting to move a little bit more to the right. And I got to make a decision whether or not I want to put it into this spot or not. And I see some more fertilizer came. Oops, I guess I better put another pot token down. Now these little silver pot tokens, they're only worth 1 victory point at the end of the game. So my 2-point victory point tokens are starting to get depleted. So what am I going to do here? That yellow. I really don't want to spend my green thumbs because they are worth victory points at the end of the game, but maybe they would be best suited another. So what do we got here? We got 4 in that slot. That fertilizer could bring it up to, this one's already got 4. Another 3 would actually complete this plant, also giving me some extra bonus points. That would be nice. Oh, but it's a purple plant, and it's got a 7 verdancy. Oh my gosh, lots of 7 verdancy cards coming out for this particular game, but they're so hard to complete. They're so hard to complete. I don't think that I should be focusing on any more 7 or more verdancy plants because they are so hard to complete. Well, maybe let's go with, I'm going to draft this. So I'm going to grab another green thumb. I'm going to draft this card, and I'm going to draft the watering can. So I have another 2 watering cans. I'm going to place this yellow room right up there. Give this plant some verdancy right there. And what were they going to do? Yeah, it's going to be worth some victory points for us. And I'm going to spend my watering can here, and I am going to I'm going to use it on this room once again. So so I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put another verdancy here, another verdancy here, and another verdancy here. So this plant is 1 verdancy away from being completed. This one's got another 3. This one's got a 3 on it, so I'm just going to clean that up. And that token got discarded. Okay, so far so good. I'm thinking. Clear the column. So, now that plant's got 2 green thumbs on it. That's going to be actually pretty. That's actually going to be pretty fun. Everything moves over to the right. Right there. Refill. Here we go. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. I got 8 out of my 12 cards in my tableau. An orange lamp. Maybe I'm going to have to start doing some set collecting instead of, I also want to complete these plants. I do have my watering can, so I do have a watering can there. That is going to be lovely. I can, if I want to put another yellow plant here, that would actually be really, because then this card, man, if I put another yellow plant here and I put the the yellow cat into that room, that is nice extra bonus points at the end of the game. Because essentially these cards would be worth an extra 2 points each instead of 1 point each. And I'm going to want to complete this one, probably this turn, with the watering can. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to draft this card with the yellow cat. And I can do it because I'm going to get 2 green thumbs from that card, and I'm going to spend 2 green thumbs so that I can take from opposite column or mismatched columns. So it's kind of like net 0 on the green thumbs. So I'm going to spend the 2 green thumbs so that I can draft this card, and I'm going to draft this tile at the same time. And I'm going to put that card right there because it's going to get some verdancy because I got the matching sun type. And I have to put this down, so I'm going to make sure that I put this. You know what? I can hold on to the cat for right now, and I'm going to just hold on to and I'm going to use my watering can. I'm going to use my watering can once again on this particular room so that this gets a verdancy, this one gets a verdancy, and this one gets a verdancy because that takes this one up to 7. It is completed. So those ones go away. I get to take the rightmost one. And that's going to be worth an extra 2 points for me. And it's also worth an extra 2 points because it's a verdancy of 7 or more. So 7, 8, 9, that was an 11-point card. Plus it's got some bonuses here. I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. Let's just hope that the rest of the cards I managed to draft will be, that they'll go my way. That they'll go my way. Yes, Vince, I really liked that move too. That move felt really, really good for us. So I'm going to go with that. Okay, going to clear the right column, so that token's going to go away. That card gets discarded. Move over, move over. Move over, move over. Oop, I forgot to refill that token from before. And all the way over. There we go. Ooh, that fertilizer is going to drop off, so I might want to think about getting some fertilizer. And there's that purple. That purple room is also looking very handy. Oh, look, there's some more fertilizer. Like that. And, and a purple chair. But I already have a chair. I don't want same items. I want different items. Okay. Now, what am I going to look at doing? Let's see. Well, okay, I'm getting lots of plants again, but not too. I got too many plants. I got lots of plants, and this one's 2. This one only needs 2 more verdancy in order to complete. I would really like to do that. This one's already at 4, and it needs another 3 with some fertilizer that would complete it. So, hey. Now, I'm looking at the sun type of this blue room. It doesn't really match this blue card. It matches this one, but again, that's another 8 verdancy. That's a hard card to complete. Since we're really kind of getting into the latter stages, we're getting into the latter stages of this game. So, what should we do? What shall we do? I am thinking... I do have the green thumbs, but those are points at the end of this particular game because we've got this gold card. Don't want to forget that. But I do want some of that that fertilizer would be very handy, especially for completing a few more of these plants. Oh my goodness gracious. The purple card could help us out quite a bit. Doesn't help us putting some verdancy onto this plant. But it does help us put us the verdancy onto this plant. So let us go with, I'm going to try it. I'm going to draft this card. And I'm going to draft the fertilizer. I'm going to put this right there. That's going to gain another 1 verdancy onto this plant. So now this one's sitting at 7 out of the 8. 7 out of the 8. does not give any verdancy to this particular plant. And this is the last round where I can grab this 2-point pot. So I think I should use the fertilizer on this particular Black-Eyed Susan vine, so that gets it another 3, so that I can complete it. To grab that 2-point pot, and it's 7 or verdancy or more, so it's 9 points plus 2 points plus another 2 points for go big. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're doing pretty good on completing some of these big ones. I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to complete this one, because it only needs 1 more verdancy at the end of the here. And I do need to get this yellow cat. Into a room. I do need to get it into a room. And I only got, oh my gosh, I only got 2 more spaces. I only got 2 more spaces to fill in. Oh my gosh, I only got 2 more spaces to fill in. This is crazy. So I'm going to discard that card. I'm going to go over here. I was totally forgetting. I thought I was totally going to be able to keep going onto this side over here. Luckily, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to put that out there. Grab another token. On the side here, there's another watering can. Watering can central in this particular game. And we'll put that right there. So we just got these extra 1-point pot. 1 point. Oh, so I guess in order to put something onto here, I'm going to need to use like a watering can or some fertilizer or something along the lines to get that extra verdancy onto this particular plant, which I do really, really, really need to be able to do. Okay, so let's see what I can do. Honestly, if I had another yellow room, that would be actually really quite cool. I've totally abandoned the fact. I'm totally abandoning the fact that you can get the collector and decorator type thing here. Whereas if you get one of each, if you can get one of each colored plant or one of each colored room, you get an extra bonus points. But I'm banking that I'm going to get the big. I want to get the big points off this one, plus to score my extra rooms here. Now with that last room space available, do I understand correctly? But you can't use the dark blue room, because it's already present, because of the already present. Now I can put a dark blue room here. Just that room is just not going to score me really any points, because I do not have a dark blue plant next to it. I can put a different colored room here if I wanted to get the verdancy. I just won't get any of the bonus points for the rooms. Like right now, these rooms are going to start scoring me some bonus points because they have matching colors next to them. Okay, so that wouldn't be too terrible. It's actually not terrible. I don't really want to spend my thumbs. I don't really want to spend these thumbs because they're points. They're points at the end of the game here. I could put this plant, this blue plant, next to this blue room, and therefore I would get some points for it. And I would get the fertilizer to help me complete this plant. That'd be a little overkill on that plant, but hey, I kind of need to go big. I'd kind of need those 10 points plus the 2 bonus points on this card here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. I'm going to place this blue plant right here. It's not going to get any verdancy from this room because the sun types don't match. I am going to I'm going to put my yellow cat into this particular room there and just hold on to the fertilizer because, well, right now all of my all my options are 1-pointers. So, oops, I guess I should put a green thumb onto that one that I didn't draft. Perfect. I will clear this column. That goes away. And so essentially I'm going to have, I get one more kick at the can here. Oh boy. I didn't even realize that these started drifting off to the, kind of off to the top of the screen. Yellow room, yellow room, yellow room. Dark blue. That's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Give me some items. Ah. Not great. Just not great. Alrighty, so I am going to draft. Actually, you know what? Just grabbing an extra purple. Even though it's a chair, it's not a unique item. I could put it in here and score some extra points for one of these rooms. I do have my fertilizer to finish off this particular plant. I guess 2 points is better than 1 point at this stage. I would be grabbing another thumb because I have to draft the room. You know what? Points are points. Let's go with it. So I'll draft this room here. So I'll grab that. And I will take this room. I will place it here. I do get some verdancy. I get a verdancy there. I get a verdancy there. Yeah, I thought about changing the 3 blue rooms out, but you know what? I'm just gonna keep my points for this. Oh gosh, you know what? I totally didn't realize that this is my last turn. I can either put the chair in or use the fertilizer. And I kind of need to use the fertilizer. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh well, I think that it's gonna work out. I think this might actually work out for us. So this is actually gonna complete there. This is actually going to give me a victory point pot, and it's also going to give me some victory points off of that goal card. And that is all she wrote for this particular game. Now I'm just looking at my workstation here, and do you know what? I have no idea where I put my pens or my pencils. Is it only 1 token per turn? Yes, it is only 1 token. It is placed. Oh, Vincent, now you're going to make me check. But I'm pretty sure you can only place. Maybe you can place multiple tokens on a turn. And use items. You may choose to place furniture and pet into your room or spend nature tokens to carry out the nature action. You may place the. Oh, you can do both. Oh, wait. What? You may choose to place a furniture and pet token into your home or spend nature tokens. You may place or spend the token you just obtained and store a token from a prisoner or... Oh, so I can spend 1 green token and 1 furniture token per turn. So I do actually get to place that down. Thank you for making me look that up. So you can spend a green and a furniture item token on the same turn if you have them. It's just you can't. I don't think the way I read it, you can't spend 2 green tokens or place 2 furniture tokens, but you can do 1 of each. Is the way that I read that. Maybe I might have to check out an errata on that, or sorry, FAQ. Where did I put my pens? Oh my gosh. You know what? Oh. Let's just do just because I have it now. Come on. Just because I have it now, I have a second phone. I can actually just add up my scores just like this without actually having to use the trackpad. All right, so let's go with our completed plants. So this plant is not completed. This plant is completed. So this plant completed is going to get me 6 points. This plant completed here is going to get me 7 points. This plant completed is going to get me 10 points. And this plant completed is going to give me 9 points. All right, so 32 out of the 70 that I need just from my completed plants. Extra verdancy on plants. You get 1 point for every 2 verdancy. So I got 3 verdant, so I get an extra 1 point. Pots. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points from pots. So 41 points. Now this is going to be, now I get to do my rooms, my room bonuses. So let's take a look at this room. Since it has an item in it, each plant adjacent to it, that is the matching color, is going to score 2 points. So 2, 4, 6 points for that room. This room has 1 adjacent plant that is its matching type. So I get 1 point. Nothing. This one is going to score 2 points. 50. This room is going to score, it's got an item. So 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And this room is going to score 2 points for everything, so it's going to score another 2 points. So we got 56 out of the 70 for my rooms. We've got unique items. Unfortunately, I only got 2 unique items. So that's an extra 3 points. Vincent, are we gonna get there? We're at 59. I do not get the collector bonus because I did not collect 1 of each of the types of rooms and 1 of each of the types of plants. And now we go to our scoring cards. I need 11 more points. Here we go. Verdancies of 7. 1, 2, 3 points. So sorry, 3 times 2 is another 6 points. So we're at 65. Thumbs up, 1 point for every unspent green thumb. I've got 4 unspent green thumbs. And double duty, 1 point for each room with 2 or more matching. So 1, 2, 3 more points. Right there, right down to the nick of time. 72 points out of the 70 that I needed. Oh, fantastic. Here we go. Let's go. That was fantastic. That went right down to the wire. So I completed scenario number 2. Ugh. But I'm too much of a wuss to actually mark up my rule book. But I just finished scenario number 2 in the scenarios section, which you can play solo, which is what I'm playing. So I did that. So now I get to move on to scenario number 3 whenever I want to feel like it. And scenario number 3 is going to have 3 different challenge cards. And my goal will be to get to 75 points that time. So I look forward to trying that out. And that is how we play Verdant, especially if you're wanting to play solo. They are so much. I'm just spoiler alert. These games are so much fun. I give them definitely a thumbs up. You need a digital copy to mark your progress. Yeah, I should actually just take that to school and photocopy it onto some nice cardstock paper, and I can just kind of mark that off here, or just print off some things off of. That's kind of like the lovely thing that I have at school. I get access to some nice printers. So, or I just grab a PDF and put it on my iPad. I guess that would actually probably work too. Verdant. It's a really neat puzzle. I would put this one in the, I'm not going to say anything just yet, because I am going to play the other 2 games in the next couple streams. Thursday night, I am going to play Cascadia, and I'm going to be playing some of those solo challenges. And then on next Tuesday, I'm going to be playing Calico, and I'm going to be playing its solo challenges. And I'm going to probably give my updated thoughts on kind of like my current ranking of the 3 games on next Tuesday night. So, yes, Vincent, thank you. You really like it. I suggest it next time I go to my local game cafe with some friends. I definitely give it a go. It is in that same category of Cascadia and Calico. It's kind of like this one I'm kind of putting right now as kind of Cascadia Plus. It's kind of got that same. It's got that same drafting thing. You gotta have some sort of puzzly awareness, spatial awareness of where you're putting your things on the board. But I do really enjoy this one. This one it has a little bit more, has just that teensy bit more that I kind of like with the resources of the verdancy, that you have to actually grow the plants before they can actually score type thing. So you have to manage those. You have to manage either grabbing those things and filling this up. This one I went really green tile heavy. Luckily, lots of green tiles came out, because then I could actually put the verdancy onto these big scored plants. Like these big plants were scoring me some big points for us this particular game. And I didn't really go for the bonuses of the different colors out there, and I didn't really collect a lot of, items. I didn't collect like different items in this particular game. So yeah. Verdancy. Verdant. Another knockout game here from that Flatout Games team. Shawn, Molly, and Robert. They are really knocking it out of the park lately in that, what I believe they call it, the co-design lab. Lots of really neat things coming out from them. Currently on Kickstarter with Flatout Games. Peter McPherson's game, Fit to Print, currently out there. Another tile grabbing, tile placement style of game. So really cool. Well, folks, thank you for making me part of your Tuesday evening here. I'm just going to remind everybody that if you haven't already, put a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, gain some viewers and gain some popularity, I guess, if that's it, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified every Tuesday and Thursday nights when these videos are going live. I'm cutting tonight a little short because I kind of maybe wanted to do another scenario, but we do have, it's a very busy household this upcoming bit. So that's why I'm kind of focusing on these smaller, lighter, solo style games. I'm going to go get some sleep while I still possibly can with the, sick kiddos. My wife's going to be going in for a procedure coming up later this week. So very busy time for us. You are welcome. Thank you, Vincent, for always joining me on these nights. Really nice to see you and hear from you. Oftentimes, we'll get something on the books. We're gonna get something in the books, hopefully in the near future. Oh, forgot to ask. Have you seen about the PVE for Ashes? You know what? I believe Team Covenant is actually doing a stream tomorrow afternoon with it. I think they teased that on their Twitter feed that I saw. So I'm very interested in checking it out. Take the fantastic game of Ashes and put a co-op / solo twist on it. I am juiced up about that. If they do a lot more PvE stuff or anything, this channel just may turn into just Ashes Reborn PvE scenarios like all the time. Yeah, hype is the word that I'm going to be using for it, because so excited for that. So alrighty, folks, thank you once again for making me part of your Tuesday evening. I am Ryan of Mista Rau's Gaming. Join me Thursday night where I will be playing a little bit of Cascadia. Just a tiny little game that some people may have heard of. So there's minimum 3 in the books. Whoa! Okay, stop getting me more hyped than I'm already hyped, Vincent. Thank you, everybody, and good night. Bye.